The immortal John Hancock here, and with another video. And today I'd like to showcase some of the strange oddball stuff in my collection. Now, it's hard because I collect spanning from 1972 on. I like to collect as much as possible. I know a lot of talk gets about my complete collections of games, but really I span across everything, and it comes down to space and money. I don't collect things that are just valuable, or I'm not like a high-end collector where I just go after the uber rare stuff. I really like to collect video game and video game merchandise that represents everything. And so I'm limited on space. One day, you know, I still have the plan of having a museum at some point. It's just not in the cards yet. But anyways, I'd like to showcase today some of the oddball stuff in my collection. So we'll start out. Here you go. Here is a display box. And this display box is smaller than an N64 box. And it's for Earthworm Jim 3D. And it was a display box showcasing, you know, upcoming games and stuff. You know, this was probably being a main game chain store saying, hey, reserve this game, or this game's coming out. It did show graphics on the back. It's kind of an oddity, just like kind of a fake box showcasing the game. This is kind of an oddity. Commodore made a kind of a failed system called the Plus 4, and I have a Zork 2 computer game, and it's complete, and it's got, you know, inside goodies, and it's interesting to showcase collecting for computers, especially vintage computer stuff, especially for a failed computer line, is kind of an oddity. And I got this fairly cheap a long time ago, and it's kind of neat to have. I actually have a Plus 4 system as well. It'd be neat one day to have that showcasing, you know, Zork 2 running it. These next two things I got from Classics and Oddities. This I actually on video. I can show the link to below. On video, Classics and Oddities filmed me unsealing this, and it was a there's two of them actually. One of them was brand new. The other one, they're laser disc murder mystery discs, and these are video games. You can like choose a path, and it's really bizarre. These are really complicated. You pretty much it's like playing Clue using a laser disc. It is an actual game. They're very complex. There's different channels of sound. I could go on and on about how strange these are. But I actually unsealed it because of bit rot. I wanted to make sure that they still worked, and so these Many Roads to Murder and Murder Anyone are really bizarre. So Laserdisc video games, you know, that's definitely in the obscure pile. All right. So again, a good friend of mine, Corey Strite, who is the co-owner of Classics and Oddities, scored me something incredibly rare and essentially gifted it to my collection. And that is the Keyboard Component Owner's Book. And now he went to an estate sale and got this very cheap. The other cool thing that came with it was an ad for the thermal printer that was never released. These are very rare. But the coolest thing about the trilogy of things that he gave me was the basic cassette and cartridge. Now this is for the ill-fated Intellivision keyboard component, and it was essentially turning the Intellivision into a full-blown computer. These are very rare. This was actually showcased at a previous Classic Gaming Expo when it was in Vegas a long time ago. And when you open it up, it has the book. And there's very few of these. There's more intelligent keyboard components than these survived, and it's very fragile cardboard. It essentially is a basic cart with a cassette and very few of these exist, and so they're around, but many people that even own the system don't have these. Like the cartridges is really bizarre. It's definitely a collector's item, super rare. So it was tough because, you know, I want to showcase some of my grails, but this is just weird. And then there's the data storage. So that's something odd. It was worthy of showcasing in this video. Alright, what's up next? Okay. Local score. And a gentleman who was doing a thesis paper, and, you know, long story short, he owned several CDTV units, and it was a very rare, obscure Commodore console, precursor to the Amiga CD32. Scored me a CDTV developer reference manual. It's a binder full of stuff about the system and schematics and all sorts of neat stuff, in good shape, along with a CDTV welcome tour. It's pretty neat, like a video cassette, white. It's kind of neat. I love that. Up next, a long time ago, believe it or not, you could actually rent Atari games. And renting Atari games, it was just like VHS tapes or Nintendo games. And here is a video cassette case made for video games. It was a custom for video games. And look at what it says. That's right. Yep, they had it for E.T. And I got it, and check it out. It's customized to hold games and the manual. And in here is a nice copy of E.T. It's pretty cool. That's the 86 label, so kind of a late release E.T. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. I'm going to throw this in here. I won a contest on Digital Press. A long time ago. It used to be an active forum. I've kind of moved on since then. But, with them opening up their museum, which I give them props for, I was thinking of them and the good times I had on the forums back in the day. And so I won this clock, and it was sent to me. And I plan on putting this in my new game room. I do plan on expanding my house and having a playroom. And I think I'm going to put this clock in there. I met a good friend of mine who I hang out with every now and then and see at shows, Josh Kemp, Digital Space, and when I think of this forum I used to be part of, I met him there, and we're still friends today, so good times. Alright, got some oddball stuff coming up. Okay, so I was at Seattle Retro Gaming Expo last year, and I scored these. And these are oddball cartridges, and they didn't know what they were too. Like, just like, I don't know, it looks like there's French on here, and it is these. And so the long story short, I did some research, and these are part of a rare console, typically overseas. It's a HannaMax 7900, I do believe, and it's a rare console. I'm looking for it. I have 2 games. I made about 10 games for it. It's really close to the Epix cassette vision, and so it was like a kind of a budget Japanese game console. It's similar to that, similar graphics and kind of bulky and blocky and stuff. Anyways, I have 2 games for those. So don't have the system, but I like weird stuff like that. That's like, I definitely want to play this now. I saw pictures of it online. I definitely want one. So if you have connections to a HannaMax 7900, let me know. A lot of people in Europe talk about it being a kind of a budget console, growing up with that. So, alright. Next up is technically not a game. So these essentially are, I got this from Chuck. Actually, Corey was given it to by Chuck Van Pelt, Recycle Gamer, to give to me. And it's the full collection of some type of Music Plus computer. These worked in some large organ, and these music carts would stick into the organ and play stuff. And so really bizarre, just something strange. Got a bag of them for free, the whole set supposedly, so I'm really excited about that. That's kind of neat. Had to show in a video. Thanks, Chuck. Alright, last is definitely not least. I scored this from Video Game Wizards, and I heard about this through Corey, and essentially there are a few, especially in Europe, there are Pong Unit, Pong systems that took cartridges, and there haven't been any that surfaced in the United States. And last year there was one post on Atari Age about one, and it was broken. I scored one and it's working, and so it's the 900 PC series programmable cartridge color TV game. That's a mouthful, and it has that's the box. No manual. What's cool is it shows some of the other cartridges, and check this out. Really tiny cartridges. It's bigger than a Game Boy Advance cart and about half the size of an Atari cart. It's a little bit smaller than a cassette tape. And what's cool there, so there's the cartridge it comes with, and on the back it has the instructions. Kind of neat. And so there's other carts out there. I'd love to have some of the other carts. Now let me show you the system. Now bear in mind it's got some wires here, look out. So here's the Pong Unit, and it's a Video Sport by TCR, and right there, that's where the cartridge goes. And it's weird. You can put these, you can plug these in here. It's just bizarre. It's a clean system. You know, it's a little dirty, but inside, when I say clean, that means the battery compartment is not corroded. And so I picked this up, and just really bizarre. And I was so happy it was still working. So a little on the sketchy side, but definitely got it to fire up, and really I was happy to be one of the first people to document one of these working. And so what are the strange stuff that you collect? This is just showcasing some of the oddball stuff in my collection. I'm just happy to share it. I look forward to doing further videos, and comment below what's the strange stuff that you collect, or do you have anything strange in your collection? Just a reminder, I do take donations. I do try to showcase stuff and do shout outs to people that donate stuff to my collection. Thank you so much for the support. I look forward to doing many more videos. You take care now.